When most people imagine pets, this is the image that comes to their mind. However, a majority of the population is unaware of the dark side of owning a pet. My name is Hirschmiller, and I'm here today to talk to you about the overpopulation of domesticated cats and the consequences that follow from our lack of knowledge and actions. I've been working with animal rescue since I could walk, and I've volunteered for numerous rescues such as East County Animal Rescue, Feral Cat Coalition, and Humane Society. Cats make wonderful pets, but there are many risks to owning an unfixed cat. A fixed cat is where a cat goes through a surgical procedure in order to prevent them from having any more babies or reproducing. Cats reproduce at a much faster rate than you would think. A female cat is able to deliver her first litter as early as 6 months of age, and their gestation is approximately 2 months long. And they can carry an average of 5 or 6 kittens per pregnancy, with 2 to 3 pregnancies per year. This means that during her productive life, one female cat could have more than 100 kittens. A single pair of cats and their kittens can produce as many as 420,000 kittens in just 7 years. When you own a cat that is not fixed, you run the risk of putting hundreds of stray cats on the streets. When a cat gets out and reproduces, the offspring often becomes a part of the feral cat community. The offspring of the domestic cat are rarely ever handled, so they become scared, unapproachable, frightened, and they're forced to choose fight or flight when a human approaches them. Feral cats can become a burden to society. Without a home to go to, they're forced to fend for themselves in order to survive. Feral cats become a burden to society when they start living on people's properties and pooping and peeing on their lawns, tearing up their gardens, hunting the native species of birds and fish and lizards, and on top of that, reproduce on their property, thus creating more cats and more problems. These animals are growing up into a very dangerous world where other animals hunt them, where they become hit by cars, where they die from infection, or where they pass away from malnutrition. There are 2 main causes of overpopulation. One small cause that is important to mention is a situation called hoarding. This occurs when an individual tries to care for too many cats and fails to spay or neuter these animals. Before long, the animal breeding spirals out of control, and there are hundreds of unfixed animals living in unsanitary conditions and continuing to multiply within that hoarder's property. The other cause of pet overpopulation, which is much more common and problematic, occurs when unfixed pets escape, are abandoned, or become lost. Once outside the home, it only takes 2 months before a new litter of unfixed animals are born onto the streets, and the cycle continues with their offspring. The thing is that this doesn't have to happen, and it's 100% preventable. Domesticated cats are non-native species to North America. They originally came with colonists to America, and they are now known as common household pets. These domesticated cats began to form feral populations after their offspring began living away from human contact. Not everybody understands the importance of spaying or neutering their animal, so if their animal gets out, they're at risk of perpetuating the problem. Because they are a non-native species to America, they actually pose a threat to the ecosystem. The overpopulation of domesticated cats impacts humans, species native to North America, and the cats themselves. Currently, animal advocates such as animal rescues that I volunteer for are trying to attack this problem through a process called Trap, Neuter, Return, or TNR. TNR is a process in which organizations trap feral cats, take them to a licensed veterinarian for medical treatment, and have them fixed. And they return them back to their colony where they can no longer reproduce. The Humane Society is one of San Diego's largest animal advocate groups, and although they do not TNR, they help support smaller organizations, and they provide shelters for animals that are tameable and have a chance at being adopted. And the other 2 organizations that I've known my whole life are East County Animal Rescue, which my grandmother founded, and Feral Cat Coalition. East County Animal Rescue holds adoption events on 2nd Street every weekend where they try to find as many homes as possible for kittens or tame cats. Feral Cat Coalition holds huge clinics once a month where veterinarians volunteer their time in order to spay or neuter up to 200 cats in one day. FCC lends traps to people in need of catching feral cats around their neighborhood and getting them fixed. It's all free. Unfortunately, these efforts are not enough. I've been working in animal rescue my whole life, and every breeding season, I see animals starving, maimed, malnourished, and chronically ill. And every season, there are more and more kittens being born on the streets, and the struggle never ends. There are many ways an individual can help to fix this problem. We can reduce the unfixed pet population by making sure that other people know what we know. Posting flyers, passing out pamphlets, and talking with pet owners are all simple ways that we can raise awareness about the importance of fixing your pet. We can each take part in volunteering for organizations that are dedicated to reducing the pet population. I have named 3 organizations here in San Diego that would accept any help provided. Everyone should be an animal advocate. That means that you should make sure your pets are fixed, and you should encourage your family and friends to fix their pets as well. You should never adopt from a breeder and instead adopt from shelters. And if you become aware of a large colony of multiplying cats, make sure to report this problem to an animal rescue that can help you trap, neuter, return these cats. You can always donate money to these animal rescues whose main goal is to help these animals by reducing the pet population. I've been working my whole life to reduce the pet population, but I've realized that it's not an individual problem, but a problem with society. So my work alone cannot solve this problem. And that is why I'm here, to raise awareness and encourage others to become a part of the solution. Unfixed cats are multiplying at an alarming rate. As a result, they are inhumanely suffering, they are harming natural habitats and native species, and they are becoming a nuisance to the environment. You don't have to have any special skills or talent to be a part of the solution to the pet overpopulation. Every person that is listening to this message today can take simple actions to prevent the suffering and destruction that happens when household pets are not fixed. Everyone can be a part of fixing this problem by making sure that their pets are fixed and by taking the time to call an animal rescue if they see stray cats in their neighborhood. Here is how you can help. If you take on the responsibility of pets, make sure that the pets are fixed. If you see stray cats in the neighborhood, don't wait until the problem gets out of control. Call local animal rescue and request assistance with getting the population under control with TNR. Remind friends and family that they have a responsibility to fix their animals. Never buy a pet from a breeder and instead adopt from shelters and rescues. Donate time and/or money to help animal rescues reduce the pet population. Report stray cat colonies to TNR rescues and report hoarders to animal control authorities. If we don't work as a community to address this issue, we will face even bigger problems than we are currently facing. In addition to a spike in animal suffering, we also face environmental problems such as native species disappearing. We face sanitation problems because these animals have to poop and pee, and our community becomes their litter box. Additionally, we face safety issues when cats dart onto the street in search of natural resources and/or mates. There's nothing wrong with owning cats. They make wonderfully adorable pets and they're great companions. My goal today is to convince you to become an advocate for these amazing creatures. First and foremost, be a responsible pet owner by making sure that your pets are fixed. Additionally, you can help the animals, the ecosystem, and the community by sharing what you have learned here today with others.